laws. My next guest is Congressman Jim Cooper. He asked DeJoy about contributions to the Trump campaign in 2016 when he testified before the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee last month.
Did you pay back several of your top executives for contributing to Trump's campaign by bonusing or rewarding them?
That's an outrageous claim, sir, and I resent it.
I'm just asking a question.
The answer is no.
And Congressman Jim Cooper joining us now to talk about this. Sir, thank you for coming on. That question that you put to Louis DeJoy, you were asking about activities related to the Trump campaign, not specifically what the Washington Post report alleged, but you kind of scooped the paper there. What had you heard in advance?
Well, I'd done my homework, as I try to do in every hearing. And also I had an advantage because I had a chip. I have a lot of friends in North Carolina. I went to the University of North Carolina. And also I'd done my senior paper at Harvard Law School on PAC contributions from corporations where the executives really didn't want to contribute. So I kind of thought that any super reliable mega donor to Trump had to really pressure his employees. And I just asked him the question whether it was true or not. And of course, it looks now like DeJoy lied under oath.
And what's also alarming about that is you're saying this happens commonly enough that you would ask him and expect that this is something he would likely have done or any mega donor would have done. So if you think he lied under oath, then what?
Well, it looks like, according to the Washington Post, there are some 4 different criminal laws that he broke, including perjury, because it is wrong. It's illegal to use a straw man to contribute. It violates campaign finance limits. It really suborns his own employees, and that's what the Post article revealed. Lots of angry employees who are upset by being pressured to give to a candidate they didn't necessarily like or admire. And as DeJoy pointed out in his testimony, he did a lot more of this when he owned his own company, New Breed. When it was acquired by XPO, he was less able to do it, but still apparently did it. And he may have, as a result, bought an ambassadorship with this and bought the position of Postmaster General. So both of those things are outrageous. He really climbed on the back of his employees to force them to give so that he could climb the political ladder.
So he's really been at the center of this controversy over the Postal Service. During the questioning last month on mail slowdowns, you asked him to hand over his communications with White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin, and President Trump. Have you gotten those documents?
No. DeJoy was a very uncooperative witness. He really didn't want to be there. And I tried to pursue the line of questioning, does he think he's above the law? And I think I established in 3 different ways he thinks he's above the law, because it's a crime to delay the mail, and it doesn't make it legal to delay all of the mail. Also, previous Postmaster Generals had to pay fines for conflicts of interest. And DeJoy's conflict of interest is literally 100 times larger than the conflict that occurred in the 1990s with another gentleman. So DeJoy really didn't, fear those charges, but he seemed to really bristle at the charge that he'd reimburse his employees for giving, because he knows that's a crime.
I want to listen to what President Trump said about